Welcome back to another episode of Niko and Nike. Today, I have another very special guest here with me. His name is AMAN Thornton. AMAN originally came from the Big Ten school, University of Illinois. He then transferred on over to Clemson University, where he this year finished up about fourth. He was ranked fourth going into the national meet for the 800. He also went for the 4x4, and in the preliminary rounds of the 4x4, he ended up breaking the ACC record by running a 2:59 with him and his team in the 4x4. He split a 44 himself. One of the best guys I know, super close friend. Aman, how you feeling about being on the show tonight?
I feel good, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you, Aman, just like me. 800 runner, 4x4 guy. Aman actually was trying to get me to go to the University of Illinois when I was coming out of high school. He's 2 years, I think you're 2 years older than me. So you were trying to get me to go up there. We're trying to be training partners, but things ended up working out different. I went to Nebraska. He ended up transferring out to Clemson. But that was kind of one of the first questions I want to get to, Aman. So can you go ahead and tell us the difference between competition in the Big Ten versus how it is in the ACC?
Um, I would say it's a little more intense. No discredit to all my competitors in the Big Ten. I just feel like the ACC is way more intense. A lot more rivalries. A lot of teams bumping heads, especially on the men's side. Nobody really takes too kindly to anybody beating them here. I mean, granted, that goes all over, but definitely people really don't take kindly to like teams winning. I like some teams aren't very happy that we won.
First time in like 20 years, right? 29 years?
Yeah. Like 19 years, yeah.
19 years.
So they a lot of people aren't happy. Going in and through regionals. People let us know. They was like, yeah, we ain't like that. I was like, well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
But no, man, I just feel it's more intense. Like I definitely feel more challenged. There's a lot of great guys, a lot of great components. So you never know what's going to happen on the day because ACCs. Honestly, it's always competition. Typically you knew who's going to win. What event, and like this year showed me like really like you don't know who's going to win.
Right.
Um, it's definitely like a wild card. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like me, I mean, we're both Midwest guys growing up. You grew up in Ohio, right? I grew up in Illinois. So, coming to the University of Illinois, I'm sure you elevated from high school to college, but can you talk about the jump that you had when you went from Illinois down to Clemson, just you as an athlete? Because you did run 148 when you were at the University of Illinois, and then it seems like you kind of catapulted yourself as an athlete, getting into the 44s, getting into the 146s. What do you think's been that difference, that X factor from going from Illinois to Clemson? Like just as an athlete, is your diet changed? Is your sleep schedule changed? Have you matured more? What do you think it is?
I would say I definitely had mature. I mean, nothing really changed. I kind of just been doing the same thing. Definitely mindset had to change. Um, Coaching was training program was a little more difficult, honestly. If I'm being 100% honest, my coach definitely looked at us, treats us as if we're pro athletes. Granted, we're just NCAA athletes, but he treats us as pros. I train with pros every day. Pros who both run 145 and can also have split 44s and can run 46 and 45 in a 400. So you definitely have to be on your A game. You definitely don't want to get left behind. That's really the biggest thing for me. Yeah, man. That was really just the biggest jump. Um, you really have to, and then because of who our coaches and stuff, you get to compete against a lot of like the higher competition. Like you get to compete against like people from like Florida and Texas and Georgia week in, week out. All these different teams, all these different the top ACC teams that are always competing with us and stuff in events. We see them every week because we host a lot of home track meets. And then we go to a lot of big track meets with a lot of hot competition where you have to be ready to go. You have to be ready to prepare, be ready at the best, be at your best of your ability.
That's your ability. Yeah, I mean, speaking of, training with pro athletes and being on a super competitive high level, can you speak on competing next week at the USA Championships? This is your first USA Championships, right? You ever going to?
This is my second. Last
Second?
year I went. I was kind of out of it. I didn't know
Yeah.
if I was make it. I was kind of out of it because of external things, honestly. But my coach was like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah." I mean, why not?
For the viewers out there, can you kind of explain what are the requirements to get into USA's and what goes down?
Um, you got to be top 32, and then yeah, you got to be top 32 in your event in the nation, and then you have to declare. Yeah, you have to declare. And so as you start to run, there's a standard time. The standard time is 146.2. So I'm just short. I'm 146.8. So I'm like just short. So I'm hoping to come out there and at least run like 146.2 at the slowest, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you talk about strategy for the 800, for all the 800 meters runners out there that want to get to 146? Even me, for example, being at that 148. What do you think is that next jump? Do you think it's more endurance training? Do you think it's more speed training? What do you think it is from getting from 148 down to 146? Does it feel the same, 148, 146? Is there a feeling difference?
Not really. If I'm being 100% honest with you, it all hurts the same.
Really?
I mean, breaking 150, it hurts more to break 150 than go 151 sub 150 again.
Really?
Um, what is it? I mean, it definitely hurts. It hurts way more. Um, when you break sub 150, but honestly, I would say it really just depends on who you are. I'm a speed based guy, so I tend to go out pretty fast and then just use my strength to just keep myself coasting to the end. That's really just what I do. Honestly, that's just my biggest thing.
As your strategy.
Um,
And so I remember last time we talked too, you said you're in pursuit of becoming a professional athlete and then you're currently training with professional athletes. Your marks are right there. You probably are not even a half a second or a second away from becoming a pro. What do you think it takes to become a pro athlete in track and field in today's day and age with super spikes, with the competition being so good with social media? What do you think it takes to become, a pro to get to that next level?
Time and consistency. Um, really, I mean, when you're going through like the NCAA season, or you're not just going straight pro out of high school. Really, they're just looking for, and from what I've seen, honestly, like yes, you could do good the whole season, but if you don't do like good at the big meets, they're not really going to look at you,
Right.
honestly, because almost every meet that you would go to once you're a pro is a big meet. Like Diamond League is serious. It's very, very serious. Some of the big meets that they host in the US, like the New York Grand Prix that just came that just ran. That's a serious meet. It's no joke. Um, so really just looking for that. Yeah, and then times will definitely get you. Times will definitely get you in the door, get you looked at. But again, they'll also want to look at, how do you do at big meets? How do you score at big meets? What did you do? Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. I agree. Like I said, talking to you, you're like that next level 800 meter, 400-meter breed. There's a lot of guys that are out there that, 800 up, but guys like you, Will Sumner, I can go, down the list of speed-based 800-meter guys. They just seem to taking the 800 and kind of twist it around because I feel like back in the day, there really was no such thing as 8-4 down. I mean, what do you think your best mile would be if you were to run a mile?
I ran a mile once for a time trial. I ran 440. And that was
Yeah.
like September, like first of the year. Like I was like 440. But like now,
I say I got to give you 410 or under.
nah,
Really?
man. Nah. I gotta have a really good day for a mile. I gotta have a really good day. I think I could possibly run like hmm, or like maybe 420, maybe 430 if I'm on a good day.
Yeah.
Probably more towards the 430s.
Yeah,
Probably.
I
Yeah.
say so. I mean, So looking back at it too, me and you Midwest guys, we also played football back in high school. What was the deciding factor for you from switching over from football to track full time? And then what do you think it was that got you recruited and that set you apart in high school for any of the listeners out there that are in between that bubble of going to college for football versus track? What do you think it is that they should consider if they want to play D1 sports at the next level?
Who has the better offers?
Really?
I mean, honestly, track, it's kind of in football, if you're given a scholarship, especially the D1 level, mid-major, Power Five, whatever, it's going to be a full scholarship, so you're going to be taken care of. But in track, I say take the best offer. Honestly, typically at most schools, 80 to 85 covers all your schooling. Covers all your schooling, I don't know. I mean, better schools just called me for track. And so I was just like, well, might as well,
Yeah.
I was like, this is where I'm gonna go. Father told me, especially my senior year, he told me like you're going to win state. He was telling me since my junior year track season, I was going to win state. And then I ended up winning it. And I was just like, and we had just got so focused on track. I mean, football was a part of it, but once football season ended, it was clear that we were going to go the track route. And so people started calling, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming up on the kind of the last question here. So, as you mature throughout your college career, are you coming up on your fifth or your sixth year to end up?
It's my fourth year.
This is your fourth year?
Yeah, I came in mid-year through my freshman year, so I
Mm,
graduated in 2019 out of high school. But then I waited a semester and then came.
okay.
Then and then what happened? Waited a semester, then I came, and then COVID hit. So I ended up I was already redshirted anyways when I got there. So
Right.
I missed like indoor Big Tens and stuff like that. And then I had And then I got there. I ran a season indoor and outdoor at Illinois, and then I left and came here, and I've been here for 2 years. So
Right.
I got one more year left.
4 year left. Can you
Yeah,
go ahead and talk about the external factors as a D1 athlete? So now that you're technically a senior, now this is your fourth year into it. When it comes to school, when it comes to other priorities outside the track, how is it balanced every single thing? Versus your first year versus to where you are now. Do you think it gets easier over time as you mature more as an athlete?
man. Honestly, it does. Granted, I'm in you would say easier major, but still, I mean, honestly, it ain't been that bad. I mean, I definitely like as time going on, my grades have gotten better each time, each semester. So I'll say it's not too bad to balance, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Um, it's not too bad. As long as you just don't get behind. If you just get totally behind, then I mean, honestly, you're not gonna do well. You're gonna be stressed out, especially when for us, it's really tough. It's a little tougher for us because we have outdoor track, but it's older. It's an older outdoor track. So we can't really host meets on it and stuff like that. It's not up to code to have meets. So we travel every week outdoor. We travel. Literally, like sometimes you get back on Sunday, we leave Wednesday. Sometimes we leave Tuesday. Sometimes we leave Thursday. Sometimes we leave Friday.
Right.
Like, it's always on. You
So
miss a lot of class. You miss a lot of class, honestly, for us. Um, but it's not the same for everybody else, no matter where you go. But honestly, it's not too bad.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, if your school offers tutoring, I would say get tutoring. I hate tutoring, honestly, but honestly, yeah. Or
What
meet
it
with
is, you
your
gotta take it. It's free. It's free money.
yeah, or meet your meet with your academic coordinator enough to at least, my own mind does a pretty good job of reminding me. when stuff is due, or you got this, you got that, or trying to make be proactive. I also recommend doing summer school. That's free summer money. If you live off campus, that's free summer money. That's free money in your pocket. Just it's very easy. Right now, I had 3-hour class first part of the summer, and now we're in the second part of the summer. I'm just in one more 3-hour class. So it's one class and it's all online. So it really
Free money.
it's free money. And you live on campus, you get to stay on campus. I mean, you get to stay in town at your college. And I mean, I've done that every year.
Yeah.
Since in college. And it definitely like I mean, a lot of people do it, honestly. Like I was like summer, like I was told I had to do summer school one time, but it was like for eligibility reasons because of, you were in mid-year. So everything, like your clock is thrown off. So, you're going to have to because of like credit stuff. So, I mean, I was like, oh no. Then I realized I was like, oh, you're paying me? Yeah. Come on. Put me in.
Oh man. So Amon, last question I got here for you. What is a better feeling? Was it a better feeling being a Big Ten champion in the 4x4, or is it a better feeling being a ACC champion in the 4x4? Which one meant more to you?
Oh, um, which
Tough.
one? Which one meant more to me?
Big Ten medals, they're nice. Can't even lie.
Yeah. I mean,
You gotta look back. I see
uh,
the all conference in the background. I got the same one.
uh, which one's better? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know.
Really?
Um, I feel like because I didn't run on it this year. I was exhausted. I did a 4-8 double, so I sat out 4x4. Um, I say Big Ten,
Really?
honestly. Um,
Atmosphere, or why do you say Big Ten?
I feel like because we weren't expected to win
Mm,
at Illinois, like we weren't expected to win. We weren't expected to win it, and we were able to pull that off. That definitely felt good.
right.
Was it ACCs? They're cool, honestly. I mean the one at Nationals this year definitely like took the cake. That was my the 259.
The record. How'd that feel? Did it feel just insane?
That felt good.
And
It was just crazy, and I'm like, and I look who was on my leg, and I'm like, this is a 19 guy I've seen him split 43. This is gonna be a tough one, and like he never really pulled away from me, so I was like, thank God. And it was like, yeah, you ran a 44. I was like, oh, yes. And then I seen 259s like 78 or 76.
yeah,
I was like, yo, that's crazy.
yeah,
That one definitely felt way better.
yeah.
That was probably my favorite one in college.
Best moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also, man, if you got anything else you want to add to the pod, man, for the viewers out there, streaming a lot of different places. So if there's any advice you got for anybody out there, go ahead and say it now.
Advice, man, just watch cartoons, man.
Don't take it too serious.
Oh, man, don't take this stuff too seriously, man. Once you take it, like it's okay to love it and want to be great at it, but you need to find something else to do.
Right.
Like I see all these different people that you see, and when they say, yeah, you see them, on their page doing like all this different little workout stuff, posting like stuff like the track and all this different stuff. They also doing stuff outside the track.
Right.
I can tell from my teammates to other teams. Like I see sometimes like we'll be out during meets, like we'll go like between competition days or before I will catch other teams out at different places. Sometimes we'll see them walking around shopping, or they'll be playing the game. Like you got to find you something else to do outside of track. Like for me, I watch hella cartoons, man. Like excuse me, I watch hella cartoons. Like I download different other stream apps just to watch a certain cartoon. Now that may not be the best thing to do financially, But honestly, man, I really don't care. Like that's just my thing. I love cartoons. I try not to take everything too seriously because yeah, I never want to get my expectations too high because if I fail or I don't get what I want, then I'm gonna be salty.
Right.
Rather not be salty, I'd rather just be carefree and let go and let God.
Now
Also, to all my NCAA athletes out here, you see all these different NCAA athletes getting dogs. I got a dog. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Don't get a dog. Just let it.
really, you say no?
Just I got him when he was like maybe like not even 2 months yet, 7 weeks.
Right.
Don't get a dog. Don't get a dog, man. It's stressful. It's so stressful. I thought he was gonna help me with my, whatever. This dude stresses me out. Don't get a dog.
Hey man, that's now you know. My mom, now you know. But going back to that cartoon thing that you said, man, that's pretty cool that you're at the level that you're at and you're able to still mess around like that, be a kid, not take things too serious, and still be super successful. A lot of people get caught up in the taking things too serious, trying to get to the next level, and just kind of get lost in the mix. So I feel like that's really good advice.
Yeah, I just some people would be like, "Oh, that's all you do. That's all you do." Like you don't be worried about like some people like sometimes people be like say something about track, like say somebody like a big name in track and field. I ain't gonna lie, I won't even know.
Big
Like saying
name track.
some people would say like a big name in track and field, and I'll be like, who? Or some people will say a time, and I'll be like, is that like fast or something? Like people don't understand. I really don't know track and field like that. Like I don't understand it. I mean, I do understand it, but I don't really know what be going on. I'm not between you and I.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't really know what be going on. Like people were like, let me watch the distance events. Oh, he ran that fast. Oh yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'd be looking around like based on people's reactions. I'd be like, oh yeah.
You funny, bro.
It's true, man. I'm telling you, I don't be taking it too seriously.
Yeah. I feel that. Well, hey man, we appreciate everything you shared tonight. Like I said, this is gonna be streamed all over in a local radio station in Nebraska. It's also gonna be on my social media. So Aman, thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate getting your point of view. ACC record holder right here on the 4x4 146 runner in pursuit of becoming a pro athlete. Has the USA Championships next week. Aman, thank you so much for being on the show, man. We're gonna go ahead and end this recording right here.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man.
So of course, have a good one.